back to my channel. It's a girl YouTuber and I'm back with another video. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for supporting me in my last video. Like, guys, the support y'all showed me, like, it's massive. Put it immersified in Cobra's voice. But anyways, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share my video. Guys, today's topic is interesting. No, actually, my topics are always interesting because I always have a story to tell. Okay, so if most of you can remember, in 2019 I used to be close with this other girl, right? Okay, I don't know if whether I should describe her or not, but it is what it is. So I used to be close with this other girl. She is from Pretoria. I was gonna say she was from Pretoria as if she has passed on or something. Nah, she's from Pretoria, right? So Miguel is from Pretoria, and we met in varsity. Like, we became close friends. Like, we became besties, if I may call it. We were actually housemates because I lived in a community back then. But then life happened until I decided to move out. So Miguel, I bumped into, okay, life happened. This and that happened between our friendship. Like, we ended up not talking to each other anymore until this week. I bumped into her on Monday. Miguel, hi, how are you? Muthi, she just passed me as if she doesn't know me. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. What happened was, okay, back in 2019, me and her, we were besties, guys. We met during registrations. We met at campus. Let me put it like that. We met at campus. We became friends. We became close friends. And it actually happened that Drama Community, right? So Miguel was my friend. Like, we literally shared everything. We would go shopping together. We would go out together. Like, we would do almost everything together, right? So this one time, I think it was in June. In June, her brother passed away. So her brother passed away, and yeah, obviously as a friend, I had to support my friend. So I went to Pretoria, to her home in Pretoria. She's actually from Soshanguve, right? We went to Pretoria. We stayed in a shack, but guys, it is what it is. Let me not put it like that, because I come from a family whereby you need to be appreciative of your surroundings, right? Like, my grandmother is probably turning in her grave if you can mock or can criticize. Okay, yeah, can criticize situation. But yeah, that she comes from a well catered for family, right? So the thing is, I get it, you know how funerals are. When it's a funeral, oh, light, guys, light. So yeah, I got to Pretoria to Soshanguve. I meant on Friday. I called her because I've never been to Soshanguve before. I've only been to Pretoria, right? I called her when I got to Bosman. Girl, because she told me to call her when I got to Bosman. So I got to Bosman, I called her, and yeah, she came with her uncle. Bang, pick her up, go then. Soshanguve. Okay, when we got to Soshanguve, it was packed, obviously, because it was busy. It was a funeral. You know what happens when it's a funeral, right? So yeah, okay, so I decided to leave my bags in this other room. I think it was her mother's or something. Yeah, started helping out. Like, you know me. Like, yeah, I helped out, guys. I helped out. I started wearing a duke, a dress, because that's how we do it in our cultures. Like, that's how we do it. Then later at night, we had to move our stuff from this other room that we left our luggage in. We had to move our luggage to a shack outside, which was it was fine. It was fine because I come from a family whereby I need to be very appreciative of my surroundings. Like, I got the monyata. Like, in my family, you're not allowed to do that. Like, time to appreciate it. You must be grateful that there's a roof over your head. You must be grateful that you have food on your table. Like, I come from a very straightforward family, right? So we had to move to an outside shack, which was cool, which was awesome, because somehow I was okay with the whole moving out thing, because inside it was packed. There was no privacy. And how happened now, I don't like people watching me when I'm bathing, right? So fine, we got there. So guys, her house was strange, ne? It was strange in a manner ya gore, I don't know if whether it was the funeral or what, but it was so unclean. It was so dirty. Okay, at first I was like, nah, maybe it's because it's a funeral. It's a funeral. Maybe they're still going to clean or something. But it was very dirty, guys. Dijana, the dishes, like you, it was hectic. Okay. Okay, at night they called us to come and have dinner. We went, Raja, fine. Raja Nama, like I've never in my entire life, Raja Nama in. No offense, but it was bad. It was bad, guys. It was thoroughly cooked. It was thoroughly cooked. Kilela bona like nama, a white. Yeah, let's why. It's a I don't know if whether y'all get what I'm talking about. It was thoroughly cooked. Okay, I respected the custom because I gave a girl, she's a ZCC member, and you know how these people are, like they have their own agendas of which we don't know. Fine, the funeral came, we buried her brother. I went back to my place, go bal. So guys, it's Tuesday. Miguel came back. She did all those things that we do traditionally as Black people, and all that. She came back on Tuesday with her hair cut. Okay, at first I laughed at her, like, nah, I'm that person who, like, I really can't be serious. I don't know how to be serious. That's the thing. I really don't know how to be serious. So I laughed at her because she was still hurting, right? And I didn't like seeing my friend like that. So I was trying to maybe create a balance between us. You know what I'm saying? About alcohol, we drank, you know, me and alcohol, same with the group. Okay, so let me start off by describing her room. Mogane, when you visit her, you must take off your shoes. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's something that happened. Like, how much I get on Sadiet? You know, like mostly get it Chinese better than something else. But how much I get, like you need to leave your shoes outside. Okay, I was used to it. At first, it was very odd because I'm not used to leaving my shoes outside. I can visit a motor or something. Like, no, that's very odd. As time went, I got used to it. So this one time on Thursday, it was during that week, she offered me tea. It was cool. Black tea, because ZCC people don't drink tea with milk, as far as I know. And Bella can attest to that because my friend is my ex-friend. She is a ZCC mem. So fine, we got to her room, drank tea. We talked about a lot of things. She asked me about my boyfriend, my family, school, how am I doing. Now I also checked up on her, asked her how is she still doing, like is she coping at school, is everything still alright. So now guys, back in 2019, my timetable was very effed up. Like it was very effed up. Like I would have class from 7 a.m. in the morning to 5 in the evening. You can imagine how effed up that was. So yeah, every time in the evening I would find her cooking because not shy at board and until this one time she was cooking something like porridge. In Sesotho we call it not porridge, magi porridge, mabele. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's this brown porridge that we Black people eat. Like it's very delicious. It's nice actually. So this one time she was cooking it, but it was smelling horrible. Like it was smelling bad. I asked her, hey, Wena, what did you put in it? She was like, no, just the normal stuff, sugar, milk, this and that milk. I was like, but why does it smell so bad? Like, are you sure that it's not expired? She was like, no, it's not. Okay, we ate it. Plus, it was almost the end of the month. And it really broke as hell. Get like a plan. Called my boyfriend and asked him to send I asked him to send me some money because never snaddish. So fine, guys. We drank the porridge. We drank porridge the other day. So fine, we slept. The next day, guys, things started getting intense. Climax, you know. What happened was, I remember I didn't have class at 7:30 that day. My 7:30 class got cancelled because I remember I late politics. It got cancelled and I only had class around 10 or something. Guys, I couldn't get out of bed. Why? Negina lady black spots on my legs. Like, do you see those black, greenish, purplish bruises that you have on your legs that appear out of nowhere? My legs were heavy. How so? I don't know. Cool. At first I thought maybe I got sharp, or maybe I kicked myself whilst I was sleeping, or like I didn't know what was happening, you know. So I told my mother, call my mother. She told me to go to the chemist, get a salve. Okay, I told my friend, I a chemist, and she bought the salve for me. I applied it. It was cool. I started healing because I remember I didn't attend classes for the rest of the week. So time went. I got healed. I was becoming better and stronger each and every day. I prayed, and I'm a prayer warrior. Like most of y'all know that I'm a prayer warrior. So fine, after that incident, guys, something weird again happened. Like history repeated itself. Deja vu. What happened was, every time when I got home from class, I would have this horrible headache. It would just come out of nowhere. Kanjani, I don't know. Even though I still don't understand how the hell did I get such a headache, right? Because what's strange is that every time when I went to campus, it will disappear. Like, it would disappear. But as soon as I stepped into that house, community, hellhole, whatever I may call it, things changed. So I started distancing myself from my housemates because, guys, it was horrible. It was bad. Because I could feel it in my blood. I meant that something terrible is happening here. Like, something bad is happening here. Like, I didn't know what was going on, but I could feel it. Because after all, I was even having nightmares at night, of which I will talk about. These nightmares, I will talk about them in my next video. Like, I used to have these nightmares, guys. These horrible nightmares about the situation in a house. I would see the very same friend of mine. I would see her planting muthi at my door. So, guys, this one time, the weather was cloudy, and unfortunately, my white ass did the laundry. But God intervened. Like, God intervened. 85% of my clothes were dry, and the others were just okay. So the other ones, they were not dry, they were still wet. I put them in the toilet, hang them around, the bathtub and whatever. Guys, so what happened was, I went to sleep early that night. We had change of plans with my friends. Remember, I was going to go out with my other friends. Like, we changed plans because the weather was acting up, and where we were supposed to go, we were gonna vibe outside, right? So we had to change our plans. So I slept early. I slept around 10. I remember it was around 10. Die volgende dag, I went to check on my clothes. Boom. That moment, I knew that, you know what, now it's time to fight back. I called my mother, told her what was going on. My mother asked me, you know what, because clearly, like, these people are fighting you with medicine, traditional medicine. I went home. When I got home, I explained everything to my parents. My dad was there also. I told them from the onset, even from what happened, the meat we ate, everything, even her room, the taking off shoes, everything. Like, I told them everything. Okay, at first my parents were mad at me for keeping it to myself for so long. I thought I had it under control. That's why I didn't want to bother my parents, because I really thought I had it under control. So my mother booked an appointment with our pastor. She took me to the pastor, and the pastor told me everything. Like, he prayed for me. Like, he told me the scriptures that I should read. Like, he referred me to so many things, right? He asked me, okay, I know these things. These are the things that I'm not really supposed to disclose on social media or whatever. But guys, like, I want to warn you of things that are happening out there. So my pastor asked me to bring water and salt. He prayed for those two things, and he asked me, when I get back to my room, to sprinkle everything around. He was like, no, when I pray, sprinkle these things around the house, and before you enter your room, make sure that you sprinkle these things. Because sorry, what I see is that your friend is trying to make you go mad. That is why most of the times udula ona the weird headaches that will come out of nowhere. So I did that. I prayed. My uncle, I remember my uncle used to call me around 9 in the evening to do a prayer session. So he prayed with me. Like, I will forever be grateful for that moment. And then I knew at that point, at that moment, that it was time for me to move out of that place. Because after all, like giving the girl especially, she was acting strangely towards me, guys. She no longer looked me in the eye. She no longer greeted me. We no longer went to school together. Like, technically, all the things that we used to do together, they were no more, right? So I moved out. Like, I didn't even bother telling her. Mind you, the same day I moved out, around 7 o'clock in the evening, 7 p.m., Miguel texted me. Last I checked, she blocked my number, so fine. Apparently, she unblocked me. You know, I wish I still had my previous phone. Like, I wish my phone hadn't been stolen. I would have showed y'all the conversations. Hey, Wena, why did you move out? Why didn't you tell me that you're moving out? She was so mad. I was like, okay, first of all, calm down. Like, what did you expect? Number one, you're no longer doing your dishes. I'm the one that does things for you. Number two, you no longer lock the door when you sleep. I'm the one that does that. Number three, you no longer lock the gate. I'm the one that, like, technically I did everything in that house, guys. Like, she was treating me like a slave. Number four, you no longer talk to me. Like, what did you expect? There was no way in heaven or hell and tell you that, girl, I'm moving out. For what? Our friendship is over. Like, I told her that. Then she was like, you know what? I never liked you in the first place. She said all these mean things, guys. Like, she said all these things. You're not pretty. I just wanted to use you for money because all the boys want you. I was like, nah, it's fine. I'm cool. But I'm very grateful that I had known you. Like, I'm grateful that I've known such a person like you. Thank you for opening my eyes. Like, I am so used to heartbreaks. I am so used to heartbreaks. Whether it's a relationship heartbreak, a friendship heartbreak, a family heartbreak, I am used to that. Like, even back in high school, guys, most of the people that were in my cycle, they used to talk shizness about me, and they think that I don't know. Like, they think that I don't know. So that is why I'm like, I'm used to people always talking stuff about me, right? So moral of the story is, guys, be careful. Be careful of who you hang around with. Be careful of what you eat. Be careful of what you drink. Just be careful. Be careful, because especially when you get to varsity. You know, when you get to varsity, there are a lot of weird, strange things happening. So, like, you are new to this environment after all. So just be careful. Make sure that you surround yourself with people who are trustworthy. Don't give too much of yourself to people, because they are going to use you, right? So, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. I will see y'all next time.